Hello, everyone. It's Hyden in the Philippines. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all my new viewers and subscribers. Last week was incredible. I'd like to thank all the comments that I got. They were so thought provoking. I walked away with so much to think about, and I really appreciate that. But let's move on to today's topic. I would like to talk about the sex and lies we tell ourselves before we even get to the Philippines. Now, I myself was single for 25 years. I'm a widower, single for 25 years. Now, I had a girlfriend at one time, but it's embarrassing how long it was before I felt the touch of a woman. I mean, I'm not going to give you how many years, but it's a long time. Now, I'm currently in a relationship. Thank God the drought is over. And I'm in the States. I'm here in Ohio, but I'll be returning to the Philippines here in a few weeks. And I can't wait. But, you know, and I work in a welding shop. It's a fabrication shop, and it's a pretty tough place, very physically demanding. Most of the young guys work there. I'm the old man. They call me the old man, and I'm okay with that. I'm like 20 or 30 years older than everyone else. But inevitably, we'll be standing around, and one of these young whelps will ask me. They'll be like, "Hey, man, what's it like to have sex with one of them Filipinas?" And I hate that question. 100%. I'm 60. You know, So I will inevitably turn to whatever dumbass has asked me that question. I'll be like, look, young man, that is 100% none of your business. Do you understand me? And don't you ever ask me about my sex life again. Are we clear on that? Are we 100% clear? And I almost always get a yes, sir out of that. And that puts an end to it. No, older guys never ask me about that stuff. They have respect, but it's always the younger guys. And I don't want to hear about their sex life either. I find it rude and uncouth, to lay out for the public your intimate details of your personal relationship with your woman. What if I got to meet this person at the Christmas party? I don't want to be shaking their hand with a replay of what this guy had told me going on, and it just makes me uncomfortable, and I don't want to do it. So I shut that stuff right down. Anyway, my first trip to the Philippines, I went there and I got these beautiful zirconian caps. Uh, and I also went to go see if all the hype was true. I'd watched all the videos like everyone else. I'm a lonely old guy. I wanted to go over there and see if it was true first and foremost, but I wanted these fangs. So I went and got the fangs. Now my second trip, the first trip proved to be fruitful. And I was like, man, this is a great place. There are women everywhere. And, perhaps I could get one. So anyway, I took a second trip out to the Philippines. I was there for 4 months with the 100% the goal was to meet a woman, to find someone to be in a committed relationship with, and possibly to get married in the end. Now, some of you guys are just like me. You're going to head to the Philippines and you're not looking for a bunch of women. You're just looking for a woman, the woman. Now, some of you guys, a vast majority of you guys are just looking to have sex. And if that's the case, more power to you. I'm not trying to stop you. I'll give you some advice. Go to Manila, get off the plane, head straight to Angeles City, and go to Walking Street. Now, that place has been there since 1940. I've been serving the public for 84 years now, and there's thousands of videos and tutorials on how to navigate Walking Street in Angeles City. It's basically it's a place full of bars and prostitutes, and that's you can get. Now, some of you guys, I'm going to have to just say this before we move on, should probably this would be a good place for you to go to find out your physical limits. You're like, what are you talking about? Well, here comes the lies. This is where I want, if you're still paying attention. Okay, according to the internet, having sex is like walking a brisk mile. A brisk mile, you know, getting it. I don't know how long it takes to walk a brisk mile. but a brisk mile. Can you walk a brisk mile? I'm just curious, man. When's the last time you walked a mile at all? I mean, you got a treadmill at the house? And if so, is it a coat rack? Because if it's not, you need to get up on that sucker and get busy. Anyway, according to the interweb, it's like walking a brisk mile. Now, like I said, I've been to the Philippines twice. Okay, when I get the last time I was there, I see my fellow expats. I see foreigners because we sort of stick out. There's only 78,000 of us living in the Philippines. Okay, so I'm out in the province and then I'm on the island. So I rarely see foreigners. I don't see them that often. And when I do, I'm looking around like, oh, look, a foreigner. It's like seeing a unicorn or some shit. And my girlfriend will even tap me and be like, hey, look, a foreigner. Now, that being said, I'm observational just like the rest of you. You'll see about 10% of those dudes are just, they look good. They are representing their demographic splendidly. I mean, just beautiful men, big chest, big arms. They look good. Now, the rest of us, we're in some kind of, sort of a decline. And we've accepted that about ourselves. I see you guys out there, and I'm not bagging on you. I'm just making observations. They're not going to be running anywhere. They got little pot bellies, they're smoking cigarettes, drinking beers. They're living their best life. What kind of sex life they're having, I'm hoping it's realistic. Like I said, most of these guys have accepted about themselves their limitations. Now, I myself, before I went to the Philippines, I fantasized about the woman I wanted to meet. I also fantasized about the sex I would have. Now, I'm sure you guys have all done the same thing, man. You fantasize about it, thought about it countless hours. And, I have different tastes. I'm speaking currently to that dude, that out of shape dude with a bag full of pills over here you got to take every day. That he's been online, he's been chatting to that 18 to 25-year-old girl. Now, okay. You've been chatting to her, you made it all the way to the Philippines, and one of my questions is I don't understand. Do you think that this young girl is going to reverse the hands of time? Like in between her legs, some kind of time machine that's going to roll back your limitations? I think pretty quickly you're going to find out that girl, you're just not going to be able to do it. You're going to find out real quickly that you don't got the skills to pay the bills. There ain't enough gas in that tank. Now, I myself, I'm a 60-year-old man. My girlfriend is 35. That's a 25-year age difference. Now, you might find me apocryphal. Well, she's 35. I'm 60. I walk my dog every day before work, 2 miles. I work at a very physically demanding fabrication shop. We build trucks. I'm in reasonable good shape. I'm not saying great shape, but reasonably good shape. Now, my Philippine girlfriend, she's 35 and she's in great shape. She's never smoked. She don't drink at all. She eats good food. She has a very healthy sexual appetite, which I'm grateful for. Thank you very much. Now, she likes to have relations a couple times a day. Now, as a side note, I just want to say how delightful that is. I can look back in my past and I can remember, begging, pleading, cajoling, bribing, wishing it was my birthday just so I could get some sex. And here this beautiful woman, just offers it up, initiates it sometimes. And I'm telling you, it's delightful. She'll be like, she'll give you the signal and you'll be like, what, like right now? Yeah, no, yeah. I can't get my shit off quick enough. I mean, it's so not. I'm just saying, when you go from your past to your present, you're like, damn, thank you so much. Now I'm going to say and this is just a little what I'm going to talk about myself. Now, like I said, she wants to do it. Okay, the first time of the day, no problem for me. I had that good night's rest. I got no problem. Now in the afternoon, that second one, sometimes I got to work for it. When we're finished, I got a little, a little perspiration going there, and I'm breathing kind of heavy. It wasn't a given. I'm not saying every time, but every once in a while I got to work for it. And I'll tell you what, it's not bad work if you can get it. Okay, now one of the things that what I want to when I'm speaking to is that that guy that's out there trying to get that 18 to 25-year-old girl. If you get into a relationship, you decide to marry this girl. Uh, you've promised her many things. Now, most of you guys are thinking just financially, only financial. My obligations are only financial. Well, bullshit to that, and you know it. You have other obligations. You have marital obligations that you need to fulfill. And if you cannot fulfill them obligations, she will get them fulfilled elsewhere. She's 18 to 25, you dumbass. You don't think that she's just going to roll up there and let cobwebs grow in that thing because you can only get it up once a month, once a week. Come on now. Now I wonder, I'm curious, just as a side note, I'm curious how many guys end up with these, they end up over in the Philippines, they get with this girl, and, after about 2 weeks, they realize, man, I can't do it. I can't keep up to this girl. She's killing me. She's going to absolutely kill me. I just don't got enough gas in the tank. I can't do it. And they end up breaking up with that girl. And they and they give her some bullshit excuse, and they tell their friends some bullshit excuse when the real honest, in their heart of hearts, they knew that, man, there's no way I could fulfill my obligations with this girl. She was killing me, man. There was enough blue pills on the planet. Now, as a parting gift, I'm going to do this. I do this with the young fellas that I meet sometimes when they tell me, oh, I'm in love. I call it my sex math. So bear with me. I'll show you my sex math. There's 24 hours a day. We can all agree on it. That's a constant. Now I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and you're able to have sex 2 hours a day. Man, you stud. All right, so you're having sex 2 hours a day. There's 8 hours of sleep, so now we've counted for 10 hours out of that day. We have 14 hours left in a 24-hour day. Now, my question to you is, after that 10 hours, that person, you're going to have to endure their company for the next 14 hours. Do you have enough in common? Do you share enough interests where that 14 hours isn't going to be spent looking at your phone, wishing you were somewhere else doing something else with someone else? Okay? If sex is the only thing that you got in common that makes that relationship work, then that relationship is 100% doomed. Okay? Most of you guys are older fellas. I hope you understand. And I'd like you to just maybe even consider somebody a little more age appropriate. Someone in their 30s. There's a lot of beautiful single Filipinos out there in their 30s with no children that would take care of you and be good to you and will age with you appropriately. You hear what I'm saying? Appropriately. Okay, you live your life how you see fit. 100%. It's up to you how you want to. I want you to be happy if you can be. I want to be happy if I can be. Okay, this has been Hiding in the Philippines. Quit lying to yourself. Ciao.